Hey, y'all. Carmolaye here. I have a different type of topic to discuss today. That's kind of on my mind to speak about. I've spoke about this type of subject that I'm about to talk about on my podcast, Shining Harmonious Light with Carmolaye's Insight. That's found on Spotify. But I don't think there's a lot of people who talk about this on YouTube. The only person I've seen in the past on YouTube that has spoke about the subject I'm about to speak about is only one female, and that was like 3 years ago. Um, in 2020, I found her YouTube channel, and when I tried to look for her right before going on this live stream, I couldn't even find any recent content that she has done. So I don't think she does YouTube anymore. That's just how it looks like when I tried to look her up. But I found this random YouTube channel 3 years ago in 2020, and it was something that I've never heard anyone speak about. But it is something that all target individuals need to know. But for the ones who are not open-minded, this vlog talk session, audio video, may not be suitable for your ears. Gotta have an open mind. If you're not an open-minded person, I don't feel a closed-minded person would even try to understand this type of subject. But I feel it needs to be talked about, and I'm just get on with it. But anyway, I'm going to speak about the little secret hush hush type of tactic that is used on us target individuals, chosen ones, and good-hearted people. I am a target individual, and I do get gang stalked and go through a lot of gang stalking situations. And for the people who do not know what gang stalking is, please do your research if you are interested. Gang stalking is not associated with gangs on the street, okay? I don't need to name them, okay? But gang stalking is a term that's used to describe the way of psychological games and other type of psychological games that are just played in negative ways towards us target individuals. And the word gang stalking, to me, it means that there are a lot of people that do this type of stuff, gang stalking people. And it's a big group of people that does it. It's usually a whole community that's in on the shit. Damn near the whole community. Not saying everyone, but mostly all the adults in the community, most of them are in on the crap when it comes to them knowing about or getting word or some type of op-ass information or whatever regarding a target individual that's in an area or a community of some sort. I first learned about target individual topic and gang stalking topics back in 2018. And I learned about that topic from another target individual that was speaking about his experiences. And I learned that from Next Level YouTube channel. And I think Next is 2 X's at the end instead of the original way how to spell next, the correct way. But when I first learned about gang stalking and target individual topic, I learned about that from Next Level YouTube channel. Back in 2018, he was kind of popular in the TI community, target individual community. on YouTube at that time, and I began learning more about it, and I began to blog about my experiences and talk about my experiences on a YouTube channel that I started up back in 2018 as well. But when I started learning about it those years ago, and I started to notice certain things in my area going on around me that are gang stalking tactics around me, I just started to learn more things, and I started to recognize it more, and I just started becoming more aware about that, and that I am a target individual. Okay, but I did not always know that. I did not know about that until 5 years ago. But there's a lot of target individuals that have been targeted from birth. No lie. And one of the first videos I seen Next Level do back in 2018, when I found his YouTube channel on accident back then, I had noticed a video with him expressing how he knows he was targeted from birth and things like that. And, that's how I began to learn more about it, as I just found that YouTube channel on accident, pure accident. But, with the universe, there's no accidents. There's no coincidences. I have a spiritual point of view on things more than 5 years ago. Because 2018, 5 years ago, was when I first started my spiritual journey, first time in my life, my first spiritual awakening ever in life. And so there was a lot of things I learned spiritually, but also learning things spiritually at that time, I also learned about the target individual and gang stalking topics around the same time of my first spiritual awakening. So that made my spiritual awakening way more profound and way more intense. But I got through it by the grace of God and by the grace of the universe. And so I'm just glad to still be here and still be standing and still be able to speak like I want to. I'm thankful for all my subscribers, even though I don't have a lot. I am thankful, and I just do this speaking that I do to spread awareness about certain things, and to also share experiences that I've had about certain things, spiritual or otherwise, so that it could help other people going through the same thing come out of their mental rut, so to speak, or out of their dark time that one may go through whenever, whatever part of their life. Sometimes it helps when the universe leads us to certain information that we need to know, and sometimes it could be random things like finding some type of video on accident. But it really was an accident. But that's how I learned about target individual the first time in my life, that topic. And then as I reflected more on my life, I realized that I am a TI. And so, I do not stay in victim mentality. I do not. But I do know I'm a TI, and I'm not in denial about that. And I have not been since I learned about it the first time. But as I learn more things and I'm more aware, I just don't let it get to me anymore. It just irritates me at this point with the gang stalking tactics going on. It just irritates the fuck out of me at this point. But I keep my spirits high. I keep my vibration high. And when I feel myself going to the deep end of negative emotions, I just do things that make me feel good, like listen to good music, meditation music, other music that makes me feel good, that I like to listen to for entertainment, that type of thing, and other things that I can do. Like, I love grounding. I love to ground, which is also called earthing. Some people call it that. But I love grounding. I think that's my favorite thing to do. Not hobby, but favorite thing to do, though, because I know that grounding is a healing mechanism. I don't know if mechanism is the right word. That's not the word I was trying to use, but grounding is very healing. And if one was to do their own research on that, they would find out that for themselves. If you don't know what grounding is, please do your research if you're interested, please. But grounding has really helped me, and I've been sick less. Like, I haven't been sick. Like, as I grounded more and stuff like that, there's a lot of healing. Can't find the word I'm looking for, but there's a lot of healing, positive healing things that come with grounding and stuff. Being barefoot on the grass and on the ground and stuff. If the ground isn't, nasty or anything, you don't want to put your feet on nasty concrete. But if the concrete looks kind of all right, you feel me? It's good to, ground on concrete if you're not able to ground in the grass, you know what I'm saying? But I've found grounding very, very healing for me. And I do that very often. And I do other things to help me, feel good too, watch good entertainment, shows and movies, things like that too, and, I love to be out in nature. I'm a nature nerd. I call myself that. So I love to ground. I love to be in nature, my significant other, likes to be on the grill and stuff outside. So I like to be outside and smell the good food cooking on the grill and just listen to good music and being out in the nature and stuff. I like that too, I don't be around a lot of people, just me and my significant other, he deals with more people than I do, So I just stay out the way because I know that my gang stalking is very, very heavy. And, I know the only reason why that my significant other is being gang stalked is because of only him being with me in a relationship. I'm blessed enough for him not to take it personal and things like that. But as he learned more things, he started understanding a lot better about that. And so now he's became a target individual, but, I'm not speaking for him, but I'm just saying, like, I was just expressing that I don't deal with a lot of people. I just deal with one person in my personal life right now. One. Okay. I'm estranged from my whole family. I've had to do that because of the healing I wanted to go through, my own spiritual healing journey I wanted to go through and go through successfully and not have toxicity in my life. So I didn't want to even contact any of them, so, I don't like toxicity in my life. I do not invite that in my life anymore, so some people can think that isolation is bad, but for me, it's been wonderful. It's been helping me go through my spiritual healing journey successfully so that I am able to be encouragement and motivation for others to go on their own spiritual healing journey if they need to. And so that's why I turned to podcasting. I wanted to speak, deep spiritual messages for other individuals going through their own spiritual healing journey and having some difficulties, or maybe people who are thinking about going on their own spiritual healing journey. It might need some pointers or some type of insight that maybe I've said that someone else hasn't, or, or any other situation with just someone just listening to me on my, old content, and maybe it helps them, in a positive way, from things that I've dealt with, things that I've expressed that I've learned and overcame, so that's why I do what I do. I know it isn't much. I know I don't have a lot of listeners. I know I don't have a lot of views, listens, all that, but I love what I do, and I love to be encouragement and motivation to others, especially us target individuals, chosen ones, and good-hearted people going through all this spiritual warfare On top of all that, you got to go through gang stalking if you're a TI. You know what I'm saying? But like, I just try to keep a positive mindset as much as I can. And I believe that me being in isolation really helps that too, because I'm not around people. Because I live in a community in a town where I don't know anyone else but just one person. So like, I know of some people because of who my significant other was around or whatever, but I don't know them. So I really just know one person, and I only deal with only one person in my personal life. That's it. No lie. You know what I'm saying? So to the ones that may feel alone, please do not feel that way. All right. Embrace that shit if you can. You know what I mean? Let that be a time of spiritual growth, personal growth, learning about certain things and healing certain things and things like that, But anyway, I always get into some stuff off topic. But, people who have heard my podcast know that I can go off topic sometimes, but it might still pertain to what I'm speaking about on that particular episode, but that's just how I do. But anyway, let me get on to the real topic that I was going to talk about today. I want to talk about how it's not commonly talked about that, or at least it's not commonly talked about from things that I've noticed. Okay, maybe someone else has noticed some other content with people talking about this subject that I'm about to say, but I haven't seen it. You know what I mean? But that's why I'm saying it's not commonly talked about, but that's my opinion. Okay, from what I've noticed. And from what I've noticed other target individuals speak about on their content as well. I haven't heard a lot of target individuals talk about that, but some of them do speak about spiritual warfare. Some of them do. But lately I haven't been just watching a whole lot of TI content, so I can't just say that, but I'm just saying from what I've noticed so far. I have not noticed a lot of TIs, a lot of target individuals talk about how gang stalkers also use witchcraft, evil witchcraft, to gang stalk us target individuals, chosen ones, and good-hearted people. Okay. The first time I learned about this was 3 years ago in 2020, and there's this YouTube channel that was called Ashley Burks. I believe that was her name, but that was the YouTube channel name at the time, Ashley Burks. She was a TI, or she is a TI, I'm sorry. I just haven't watched her content in a while, and I don't think she's current on her YouTube channel at this time, to my understanding. But Ashley Burks is the YouTube channel that I learned about evil witchcraft being used on target individuals for gang stalking tactics. Okay. There are people that are gang stalkers that are in secret societies, okay, masonry, things like that. Hopefully this video stays up. I'm being informative when I speak, okay? I'm just saying this is real, okay? There are gang stalkers that are probably mostly in dark occult practices at this point. Some gang stalkers, they just do the little street theater and the noise campaigns and the work mobbing in regular 3D physical type of ways, but that's not the only way gang stalkers gang stalk us TIs, okay? They also use evil witchcraft, and I don't feel like that's commonly talked about, because I've only found that one TI, Ashley Burks, 3 years ago, that spoke about that, and that's how I learned about that, even being a gang stalking tactic. That's how I learned that. I never thought about it like that before. I mean, I've always been the type of person that believed that magic was real, and I've always had an imagination, from very young, that, I love horror movies. Okay. I love my horror movies. I love my thriller movies. I love my comedy too, but I'm not a drama type of movie person. Maybe it depends on if I'm in that mood to watch that, but I'm mostly a horror and thriller type of movie show type of watcher. Okay. I like thriller movies. I like shows that are thriller, horror, and things like that. But um, and very young, I always believed that that type of stuff existed. Paranormal things like that, supernatural type of things. So even though I did not become or I did not begin my spiritual journey until I was in my 30s. In 2018, I'm grown as fuck. Um, you know, I still believed in black magic existing and that people can do that to people and put magic on people for negative reasons. I always believed in that happening, even though it was just an entertainment for me. I didn't know it. I wasn't raised around people who did it and I seen them know. But I'm just saying, when I was younger, I would see certain things in entertainment and things like that. And I would be like, yeah, I know that shit's real. I would just think that in the back of my mind as a child, or in my adolescent years, I should say, or beginning at that time. You know what I'm saying? But, gang stalkers really do use dark occult practices, evil witchcraft, and stuff like that to gang stalk us TIs. And if anyone comes to this video who is a TI, target individual, and did not know that, you know now. You should know that, but if you don't, you know now. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has to learn. I didn't know about this until 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't see Ashley Burke's YouTube channel 3 years ago in 2020, I would have never learned about it. I mean, at that time, I probably would have eventually learned about it or figuring that out or getting my own spiritual downloads about it or something eventually. But, that's just how I learned about it the first time of my life. You feel me? But it is very, very heavy in the energy with evil witchcraft. It is. And I do not think that all witchcraft is bad. I do not. Okay? I believe there's good and bad in everything. Light and dark, negative, positive. Duality. Okay? I'm at that part of my spiritual journey that I understand that. All right? And I know that there has to be darkness for light to exist. Okay? I'm at that part of my spiritual journey as well to understand that too. Okay? But it's just very, very, very heavy in the energy with people using evil witchcraft and stuff like that, against me, against my significant other too. He knows it for his fucking self. I ain't got to tell him that. He tells me when he noticed certain things and he knows whatever. But with me, I know that in the toxic town I live in, I know for a fact that 98% of people in the town that I live in do evil witchcraft on me, towards me, against me. I know that for a fact, for my own self. I didn't receive that spiritual download until months ago, but it was sometime this year, months ago, that I received that spiritual download for myself and received that spiritual confirmation from my fucking self. You know what I'm saying? 98% of people in the town I live in do evil spell work on me, and I know it, and I've been knowing that for a long while now. I've been here for some years, where I'm residing right now. I've been here for a few years. You know what I'm saying? But I know more now, and it's getting to the point where it's just so irritating with that shit. But I know how to be more positive when I'm feeling negative emotions, and how to do things and listen to things, and so I could cheer myself up or be in higher vibrations. I know how to get myself out of that mental rut and get myself in a higher vibration real quick, like from a snap of the finger. I don't know how that sounded, but hopefully it sounded like a snap of a finger. I don't snap very loud, but whatever. But It's sad though that, covens exists. Okay. Covens exist. Some people say coven, Coven. That word. Coven. That's how I say it though. But I've heard other people say the word coven, pronounce it that way. But I'm just saying, like, that shit exists. And most of these gang stalkers be in covens and be in secret societies and masonry and things like that. Okay. I just want other TIs to know that if they do not know that already. You know. And if you didn't know that already and you are a TI listening to me and you learned something new whenever you listen to this, then you know now. And once you know better, you can do better, But, I do not think all witchcraft is evil. No, I do not. Okay? I think protection spells are good, to block negative energy and stuff like that, and block death spells and all that shit. I get death spells put on me. Okay? I get binding spells put on me, and I know it. I get all type of spells put on me, and I know it. Okay? You know what I'm saying? But if I was not on my spiritual journey, I would not know that. You know what I mean? So I'm very thankful that the universe led me to learn certain things. The Most High God led me to know certain things and learn certain things new, things like that I needed to know. Because, if I did not know that, I probably would be in really bad shape right now. I know how to protect my energy. I know how to block negative energy, from hindering me. It can only do so much. The death spells are not going to go too far when they put them on me because I'm still here. I'm not dead yet. But they mad about that, where I reside at. They know it's nothing they can do about it. They know it's nothing they can do about it. You know what I'm saying? The universe has my back. And I'm thankful for that. Most High God has my back. I'm thankful for that. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand that not all people believe in God, and I respect that, But I am a believer, so that's just part of my life. And it's going to come out of my mouth sometimes. But I don't express that to press my faith on anyone who's not open to that or who is not already a believer of God, okay? It just slips out, and it's just, a part of my life, so it's just going to come out of my mouth. But, I don't know, like, if I didn't have God in my life, I don't know where I'd be, That's how I've been getting through all the tough times of my life, even before me finding out about me being a TI and before I even had a spiritual awakening in my life, in 2018. I don't know where I'd be if I did not believe in the Most High God. I don't know where I'd be, but I do respect other people's beliefs, and I know everyone's beliefs and opinions are different, and I respect that, But that's how I've been coping with spiritual warfare and heavy gang stalking I've been going through. I've been praying, man. I pray. That's what I've been doing. I've been praying, meditating, and, upgrading my, awareness on certain things and certain aspects of life and things like that. And so I've just been, learning new things and learning more things in depth that I knew before, things like that. I do things that make me feel good so that isolation is not negative for me. My significant other be at work all day and stuff. He comes home at night. So, you know what I mean? So, but I'm protected in here. I ain't scared now. I ain't scared now. I'll be ready for a gang stalker to come up on me by myself up in here. I'm not scary, And I stay ready so I never have to get ready. You know what I'm saying? And I'm protected in here and got everything I need to protect myself. So gangstalkers that gangstalk me and troll me and all that, they can relay that freaking message if they want, if they hear this. But anyway, but it's very, very heavy with the energy with witchcraft, evil witchcraft being done on us target individuals, man. Because I know if it's heavy for me, I know it's heavy for other TIs, you know, and even TIs that are not on their spiritual journey that may not know that, you know, there's still witchcraft being put on them that's evil that they don't know about. You know what I'm saying? It's just time to have these conversations, and it's time for more TIs to know about this secret hush hush tactic that gang stalkers use on us TIs. Fucking evil witchcraft. That's what they use. They use that very heavily. Very, very heavily. And, you know, the fact that I do believe in the Most High God and I do have that faith in God and stuff, that's what helps me to release a lot of negative energy that's projected onto me, you know, when I pray. So I don't have any advice for people who are not believers of God. You know, I don't know what to say on that, but whatever positive thing people need to do who don't believe in God, do whatever positive thing you need to do to get through your gang stalking experiences and your spiritual warfare experiences. That's all I can say. But I am a believer in the Most High, and my faith is very strong. And I feel that if I did not have strong faith like that, I know that I wouldn't have got very far at all. You know, that's just my part of my testimony and part of my truth, you know, but, you know, I'm just expressing what I feel, you know. And I spoke about that on my podcast about different spells. I have actually, I guess I can mention that. I have a series entitled The Seriousness of Projections on my podcast that I did this year, 2023. Shining Harmonious Light with Carmolaye's Insight. That's found on Spotify. And on that, the Seriousness of Projections series that I have on that, I spoke about certain negative projections that are projected onto us target individuals, chosen ones, and good-hearted people. And some of the things I talked about was death spells, things like that, you know, and other type of negative spell work that, you know, covens and secret societies, you know, that are malicious, you know, that they project onto us, you know, chosen ones. You know, it's just sad that people get so dedicated to negativity like that, but that's their beliefs. Everyone has free will, right? So everyone has their own beliefs, and it is what it is with that, you know. I do understand that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's very frustrating that evil spell work, evil witchcraft is being put on us TIs every day, every night, especially at night. For me, what I notice I get spiritually attacked the most at nighttime, but a specific part of the night. Like, some people would consider this morning since it's AM, but for me it's nighttime, kind of, sort of, because it's dark outside. But technically this would be early in the morning type of time. But for me, I've noticed that I get spiritually attacked very heavily the most during the times of 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. I don't know about anyone else who notices that in their lives, that know about this, or if they notice spiritual attacks with them or whatever, but I'm just saying that's what I've noticed. And my significant other has noticed that too as well. I just like, I get through it though. You know what I'm saying? It's certain feelings that I feel negatively in the body. There's certain things, that's just summing it all up. There's certain negative feelings that I would feel in my body and stuff that lets me know that there are spiritual attacks being sent to me, projected onto me, evil witchcraft being put on me at that moment. And so what I do, for the ones that are believers in God, okay, I'm saying this respectfully, for the ones that do believe in God, okay, for me, what I do to get through that is I pray. I rebuke. If I start feeling sick or nauseous feeling, for me, I already know that is the type of spiritual attack. That is probably a death spell being projected onto me. So what I do is I rebuke that shit. And after I rebuke it so many times and say it over and over until I start feeling all the way better, then I release that negative energy for me, either, feeling a lighter I either feel lighter after I rebuke, or I either, use the restroom to release like that, or I just feel a feeling that lets me know that I rebuke that negative energy off of me at that moment. I'm just, just summing it all up to make it simple, But what I do when I notice spiritual attacks being projected onto me, I rebuke it. Like if I feel sick or nauseous, I'd be like, I rebuke all death spells being projected onto me in Jesus' name. I rebuke all death spells being projected onto me in Jesus' name. I rebuke all death spells being projected onto me in Jesus' name. I may say it more than 3 times, and I don't always say it out loud. Sometimes I'll say it in my head, silently to myself. And after saying that so many times, either out loud or silently, I eventually feel better and do not feel that nauseous feeling anymore. And then whatever, but that's one of many, many, many scenarios of me recognizing that I get spiritually attacked and that evil witchcraft is being projected onto me and my energy, and I know it. That's just one of many scenarios that I notice and go through within my own spiritual journey. Okay. But I just happen to be a TI, target individual on the spiritual journey. It can't fool me. These gangstalkers cannot fool me, man. They cannot fool me with that. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say today. But I just wanted other TIs to be in the know about this, and whoever was led to this vlog talk session, if you are a TI and you didn't know, you know now about the secret hush hush tactic that is used against us TIs. Evil witchcraft, evil spell work. Okay. Yes. That's time to be regularly talked about and regularly recognized. It's time. Spiritual warfare is at its all-time high, and if I notice it, I know other people on their spiritual journey notice it for themselves as well. You know what I mean? But I do what I do to be in high vibrations and keep my vibration high and stuff. And so when those negative spiritual attacks come, I know how to deal with it. And I'm in a level-headed mindset while going through it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not letting it break me. I'm not letting it make me either. You feel me? So that's just the type of mentality I be in, as I became deeper on my spiritual journey and learning more things, But, and let me say this at the end of this, because I am pretty much done with my discussion on this vlog talk session. This vlog talk session audio video here. But I do understand that not all witchcraft is evil, okay? I do know that there's positive type of spell work that can be done, like protection spells, for example. Protection spells is a great example for positive and upright type of spell work to do to protect your energy from negative energy hindering you too much. You know what I'm saying? The spiritual attacks are still going to come to you, but it's all on how you deal with it, you know? So I just choose to deal with it in a positive way while being irritated as fuck about it, but still in a positive mindset while going through it, you know, not letting it hinder my mindset to be negative towards myself, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? But I do understand that not all witchcraft is evil. I do understand that, okay? And I do understand that there are a few secret society members and coven members who are not malicious as fuck. I do know that there are some good ones out there. I just don't think there's very many positive ones out there in that type of lifestyle or practice like that, and occultism and stuff. But I do understand that there are good Masons out there. There are good secret society members that choose not to project negativity to others that way. Some of them just use that type of whatever to, you know, better their lives in the ways that they think it's better. My opinion, like to get certain favor in the law, certain favor in business type of standpoints or situations or whatever, professionally type of, you know, scenarios that can, you know, help someone in that type of thing, like masonry and things like that. You know, they get favor and things like that. I do understand that, you know. But what I do not like and what I do not stand for is the malicious intent of masonry and secret societies. You know, when I talk shit about that, I talk shit about the malicious part of things. Okay. I've said that throughout my podcast too. When I would speak about this type of spiritual topic about spell work and things like that, I'd be like, I know not all Masons are bad. I know not all secret society members are malicious as fuck. I do know that, okay? Just putting that out there. But where I reside, all these mother suckers is evil. from what I've noticed, okay? And from what the spiritual attacks I go through every day and every night. And I am so grateful for the power of prayer. I'm thankful for the power of prayer because, you know, if I didn't have that, I don't know how I would be fighting spiritual warfare if I wasn't praying and if I did not believe in the Most High God. I don't know how the heck I would even go through this, you know, any other way. But that's just me and my truth, my testimony, you know, my opinion. So, you know, if you do not believe in God, I respect that. But, you know, I can only speak for people who do and suggest things that people can do if they are a believer, you know, suggest what they can do or pray or whatever so that they can get through, you know, hard times of being gang stalked and hard times of spiritual warfare. You know what I mean? So I commend whoever listens to this to the end. And I hope that this has helped some people out there who are TIs that did not know this type of information about what I just spoke about. And I thought of a different ending slogan for my vlog talk sessions on here. Instead of using the same ending slogan I would use on my podcast, I would use the ending slogan on my podcast. I would say, have faith, stay hopeful, and stay strong. Which is great affirmations, great positive affirmations, right? But I thought of another ending slogan that I think I'm going to start saying on the end of these as a positive affirmation to, you know, help encourage all of you TIs, chosen ones, and good-hearted people to help you stay strong, stay empowered, and things like that. So I'm going to end with this. Stay elevated, stay encouraged, and stay empowered. I'm out, y'all.